Manchester United's new era post Erik Ten Hag has begun, and the fortunes have already swung the other way for the Red Devils. Within a few days of Ten Hag's departure, Leicester City faced the rude hammering at Old Trafford as the interim coach Ruud Van Nistelrooy took just one game to show United fans what a dominant win looks like. Manchester United thrashed Leicester City 5-2 in the League Cup match to start what fans hope will be their club's revival. It wasn't just the scoreline that showed United's strong comeback, but also the team atmosphere, making us see what a change in just one manager could really go on to do. Let's first start with the coach himself. It wasn't just an assistant manager stepping into the new role of a football club in what has been the most trickiest phase for Manchester United. Nistelrooy, the former player who has loved and admired the red jersey for ages, really took charge, which is why there was a massive change in the way Ruud Van Nistelrooy approached the game, comparing that to what Ten Hag did all this while. Just like the way Nistelrooy pumped up the Old Trafford crowd in his playing days, he did much the same as a manager last night. He walked out as a player who wanted to change the fortunes of his club, and that came through in the way United played. Nistelrooy was more attacking, a far cry from the defensive tactics that we saw with Ten Hag at the helm. Despite scoring 2 goals, United didn't stop. They kept attacking, and even when they sealed the match by a 4-2 lead, they went ahead for that 5th goal, something that had been absent under Ten Hag. And it wasn't just the attacking approach that really stood apart or helped United on the night. Ruud used the right players in the right positions, which made all of the difference. Casemiro and Bruno both played in attacking roles, which they couldn't under Ten Hag. And the biggest highlight of the night was the inclusion of the 23-year-old Uruguayan national Manuel Ugarte, a player who only featured 3 times under Ten Hag since he joined United, which was earlier this year. He made a key difference. In fact, he was the differentiator between both the sides on the night. The game was enough to prove what had been missing under Ten Hag. Because with Van Nistelrooy leading the way, he brought back some of the principles that United has always thrived on.
If Ten Hag listens to Ruud, maybe he can. I think it can help a lot because he knows the club, and the club should listen to guys who are there. You cannot rebuild a club without knowledge.
A former Red Devil himself, Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, had a bitter fallout with Erik Ten Hag, but he knew how the club truly functions, what would work for them. He came from a time when players were passionate and would make sacrifices with the club, for the club. Very similar to what Ruud Van Nistelrooy is doing even as a coaching staff here, staying away from his family in the Netherlands to put his energies into resurrecting Manchester United.
It's more than a job. Otherwise, you wouldn't opt to live alone in a flat. As a family, you have to have a discussion. Are we willing to pay the price as a family when daddy leaves by himself? That is the price, and one you wouldn't pay for any club, but you would for this one. That was our mutual decision.
And while one may think that after making all of these sacrifices, Ruud Van Nistelrooy would want to make this job a permanent one, he's rather content in helping the club in any capacity that he's asked to.
It's going to be a short job as an interim. That was communicated very clear, and I was happy with that. As an assistant, I came here to help the club forward, and I'm still very motivated to do so in any capacity. And as an assistant, and now as an interim manager, and after that I go back to my assistant contract that I have here for this season and next. And I'm very motivated to to stay here and help the club forward. That's my absolute goal.
So Nistelrooy has made one thing clear: there will be a new person taking charge in that managerial role. And despite his brilliant start, United want a more experienced campaigner who can bring back the glory days. The biggest name, of course, doing the round is that of current sporting manager Rubin Amorim. That Amorim will take United's charge after the international break, which is from the 11th of November to the 20th. So United aren't wasting any time and are hoping to make that quick transition because they would want to give up on the momentum that they are beginning to see. Ruud Van Nistelrooy, though, has already proved his command over tactical brilliance. He's bringing that sense of stability Manchester United truly needs. One time that a rude shock is of the good kind, just what Manchester United really want now.
Firstpost decodes the U.S. election, explains how America chooses its president. Your primer on the race to the White House. Everything you need to know about how America votes and its global implications. U.S. Election Explained, every Monday and Thursday only on Firstpost.